life and death situation. Matthew is a killer storm, the Category 4 hurricane bearing down on Florida right now.
Every person has to take this seriously.
The storm will kill you.
3 million people in the storm's path told to get out.
There are no excuses. You need to leave. Evacuate, evacuate, evacuate.
But now,
at this point, we're actually saying to them to stay where you are.
Store shelves left empty, businesses boarded up, thousands packed into shelters reaching max capacity. We are tracking Hurricane Matthew now at 11.
Now, breaking news from RTV6.
Welcome in. Our coverage on Hurricane Matthew will continue in just minutes. But first, we want to get you to some breaking news just into the RTV6 newsroom. A woman has been shot near 46 in Arlington. RTV6's Chance Walser gathering the latest details at the scene. Chance, we're hearing this woman is in critical condition right now. Chance, thank you. Breaking now, we are tracking Hurricane Matthew. The impact could be catastrophic. The storm moving closer to the coastline. These are live images coming in tonight. This is out of Delray Beach, Florida. You can see the waves are picking up in that area, and the current is picking up. No one on that beach right now. They currently are under curfew in that area. Let's turn over to another live picture. This is going to be an Earth Cam shot of downtown Miami. Not as clear tonight, but you're going to notice you're not going to see any cars on the road. You're not going to see anyone outside because the winds are picking up in that area. Now, this video just in from our RTV6 photographer. He is stationed in West Palm Beach tonight. The wind also picking up in that area. The rain currently coming down. You can see the palm trees kind of swaying back and forth. Good evening. Our Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory with me tonight. Now, Kevin, this storm being called a life and death situation. You see it behind us, and it is massive. I think that's the big fear, is it's so big, and they're scared of it moving up the coast.
And it will do that. So let me just start with some good news.
Kevin, thank you. Erica Fly has been tracking the newest information on Hurricane Matthew as it is coming in. She's at the live desk with the latest. Erica, thank you. We continue to track this storm right now. Hurricane Matthew not far off of the coast, the Category 4 storm bearing down on Florida at the moment. That's where our Scripps national correspondent Todd Walker is live in Vero Beach tonight. That is just north of where the hurricane is right now. Todd, what kind of weather are you experiencing out there? Todd, I know you're talking a lot about the rain. We're seeing that rain heading down on you. You're talking about the winds on the flagpole. Have you seen the winds? I remember in Wilma, it took down in my area a lot of trees, causing people to lose power. Have trees started to be taken down from those winds yet? Are people losing power out there? All right, Todd, stay safe out there, my friend. Great coverage. All right, Indiana Task Force 1 activated to respond to Hurricane Matthew. The 80-member team comprised of emergency responders from fire departments, law enforcement, and civilians of all backgrounds. And they're stepping up to help. Call 6 Investigates Paris Lubell is actually going with them on their way south right now. Paris, thank you. This is only the beginning of help coming from the Hoosier State. The American Red Cross has sent an emergency response vehicle like this one south already. A second one is hitting the road tomorrow. Both are loaded with food and will act as a mobile feeding station in some of the neighborhoods affected. Now, volunteers will be serving food and staffing shelters. The need is expected to be so great out there. The organization will be offering ongoing training next week for anyone who wants to help. One of those Hoosier volunteers is from the Red Cross Lafayette chapter. He is packing his bags to head east first thing tomorrow morning. His history of volunteerism began only a short time ago in the wake of the Kokomo tornadoes, when Red Cross leaders asked Mike if he wanted to travel to the East Coast ahead of this hurricane. He only asked one question: is there a need? The answer was yes, so he started packing. Now, Mike is leaving behind his wife and 16-year-old daughter. He says they are a little nervous for him, but overwhelmingly supportive. And you can stay up to date on Hurricane Matthew with the Storm Shield app. That is where you can track this massive storm. You can download it right now in any of the app stores. Breaking news now, we have new details about that statewide investigation into voter registration fraud. State police now saying 57 Indiana counties may be impacted. That's a huge leap from the initial focus on just 2 counties, Hendricks and Marion. Investigators have found registration forms using incorrect addresses, false birthdays, and made-up names. This could cause voters to be turned away on Election Day because their registration will not match who they are or where they live. So here's what you need to do to make sure that you can vote. Head over to the IndianaVoters.com website and double check your registration. You have to do this by October 10th to make sure that you are correctly registered. All new at 11 now. Still no arrests, but Metro Police detectives are hard at work trying to track down who's responsible for bombarding the Northwest District headquarters with bullets late Tuesday night. Tonight, though, the community came together to offer prayer for those in blue and to show them their support.
You know, this is not the answer with, bullet holes going through the station.
So Thursday night, family and friends of IMPD's Northwest District joined together with the community to find the answer.
An eye for an eye leaves everyone blind, like Martin Luther King used to say.
Fear is very gripping, and it forces people to do things that they wouldn't normally do.
The Northwest headquarters riddled with bullet holes after someone fired these shots in what IMPD calls an act of violence.
This is our home. Our home has been attacked.
Together, people talked and lit candles.
These are fathers and husbands and men who are friends and sons that are here to serve.
To show support.
Shining the light in the darkness.
For officers and for each other. Searching for the answer to all this anger.
That's really what the answer of all this is, just prayer.
Now, the news at 11 continues on RTV6.
Welcome back. We're tracking Hurricane Matthew. The impact could be catastrophic. The storm moving closer to the coastline. Hurricane Matthew, you can see it right now. We're taking a live look from Delray Beach, Florida. You can see the surf really starting to pick up in that area. That is because Matthew is currently hitting those outer bands in Delray Beach right now. Now, speaking of the surf, Hurricane Matthew is derailing travel plans for a Muncie woman and 7 of her closest friends. Elisa Wells of Muncie was supposed to fly into Orlando today for a 3-day cruise to the Bahamas for her 50th birthday celebration. But because of the hurricane, Royal Caribbean pushed the cruise departure back to Saturday. Elisa and her friends say it would have been dangerous for them to fly into Florida today when much of the state is evacuating because of Hurricane Matthew.
I'm really not interested in dying on the day that I was born. I know that sounds a little cliche, but I just don't think a cruise is worth risking my life to get there in the hopes. And again, still we don't know if they're going to depart on Saturday.
Surely is not worth risking your life. Well, late this afternoon, we've learned Royal Caribbean canceled the trip to the Bahamas scheduled for this weekend. And the good news is we've also learned Elisa and her friends should be getting a refund or a credit toward a future trip. New developments now in the Westfield High School stage collapse. You may remember this frightening scene. Students singing and dancing in the finale of American Pie when the stage gives way. The mother of one of those 17 students injured is now suing the Westfield Washington School District. The suit alleges the Westfield Washington School Corporation did not properly supervise the employees who built the stage leading up to her daughter's injuries. An investigation into the collapse revealed the orchestra pit cover was not properly supported or anchored. The school has reinstalled a properly built stage cover since then. Now, we reached out to the school district to get their response, and they gave us this statement saying, "We are aware of the suit, we'll review it further, and will address the allegations in a timely manner." New video to show you now a shocking find on the Manhattan Bridge. A huge banner of Vladimir Putin waving from the edge with the words peacemaker. It was draped on the Brooklyn side of the bridge around 2:30 this afternoon. The NYPD's emergency service unit removing the 20 by 30-foot banner shortly after people called 911 reporting it. Now, officers are looking at surveillance video on and around that bridge to try and find whoever is responsible.